This is the Throttle Out Show, presented by Vixen Industries, the only show where monster truck drivers and mechanics come together to present what's happening in the monster truck community. It's the ultimate combination of torque, horsepower, and trash talk. And now for your hosts. First, straight out of the heart of Detroit Rock City, it's Kid Rock's neighbor and former driver of the BKT ride truck. It's Austin Spence. And the duo deep in the heart of Texas, it's the show owner and daughter of a man who conquered the industry for over 20 years. It's Harley Johnson, along with everyone's favorite Bryce Kenny lookalike, Austin Tweedy. So go ahead, fuel up, strap in, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out.
Well, it's Monday, and I gotta say, I'm pretty excited. A lot has happened over the weekend. We've got a big show to kind of go over tonight, and guess what? All four of us are actually here on the show tonight. We got Harley Joe down there in Texas running the controls. How you doing, Harley?
I'm good. It's getting hot here in Texas, so I'm going to be excited to go to Minnesota here in a few weeks.
Oh, I don't doubt it one bit. And then we got Cooper. He's got everything set up in his brand new house. Cooper, how's it hanging?
Boo. Boo.
All right, loving the excitement. And then obviously up there in Minnesota with the Mud Patrol in the background, you got our good buddy Austin Tweedy hanging out. What's going on, baby?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, you took my word there. I call people baby. No, you sucker. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I had a crazy weekend, y'all. We left really early yesterday morning. Been driving all day, all night to make sure we were going to be here on time for the show today, y'all. We love doing this. We appreciate everybody who tunes in each and every week, or every night, I guess I say. We go twice a week, yeah. Who tunes in, watches our shows. We got a lot to discuss. We got some independent stuff. We got some Monster Jam stuff. Some news to announce as well. It's going to be good. And I was just going to tell y'all this for the show, and I forgot. Sorry, because I was looking over here doing some other stuff. I can talk about my weekend first if y'all want me to, or if you've got somewhere else you want to start. I don't care either.
No, honestly, absolutely, because, I mean, what's the Throttle Out show without talking shit on someone who's on the Throttle Out show? It's because, Tweety, you had some issues with the Gator this weekend, so I would like some explanations.
Yes, I know y'all are wanting to know what happened to the Gator. I really want to put it through its paces this past weekend. I want to try some new things, and I did. The things that I tried worked until they didn't work anymore. I went out to Sumter, South Carolina. Now, there has never been a monster truck show to anybody's knowledge. It was at the race this past weekend. Who was there anyways? There's never been a monster truck show there. First time promoter or first time show at the Speedway, which was really cool. It was like laid way back in the woods, right? Very, very old track. And walking up into the announcer's booth, y'all, sketchy as shit. Like top 10, definitely like has to be top 10 in all of America's sketchiest announcer's booth ever. Like you be up there and somebody move in the announcer's booth, and it sits probably 30 feet off the ground, right, overlooking the track, and the whole damn thing sways back and forth. Anytime people's moving, you can hear birds chirping inside the ceiling of the announcer's booth. Y'all, it was some sketchy shit. So it's very old school. However, there's plenty of room for the monsters running. They had a sweet track laid out. It was me and the boss skater, the promoter himself, Arliss, was driving split personality. You have my pops, USA 1. My brother Logan and Barefoot, and then you had the Toluchkas. Both Michaela and Mitch were there. Mitch was driving the Packer Faster, get her done. Michaela driving Miss, get her done. No slouch in competition this past weekend, y'all. It was good for what the shows could have been considering the weather. That also hurt attendance. The show promoter, y'all, they literally thought of everything. They took such good care of us. You know, they provided meals for us, right? Every single meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, they thought of everything. When we came out for intros, they had pyrotechnics. They had a big, because it was called the Mayhem of Monsters Tour, if I'm not mistaken. They had mayhem written in what looked like chalk out on the track. And then they were going to light that thing on fire. So it was, mayhem and flames, and obviously the rain killed that. But, I mean, they really thought of everything, though. I was really impressed. You had Mullet back behind the scenes, basically running the entire show. And, y'all, I've never been around Tim Vicentes ever. Met him for the first time this past weekend. y'all, I've got nothing but good things to say about that guy. He totally kept me calm and collected during the show, coming out for intros. And I saw that track, and I was ready to hit those jumps. I got nervous real fast. And I could see him over on the sides pumping me up, and it took a lot of weight off of my shoulders. I was actually able to breathe a little bit, and went out for racing the first night. Like I said, y'all, it was a muddy show. Going to the first turn, I'm like, I'm going to lay in this bitch. I'm going to get this rear steer. I got to work it right now for the show. I'm going to lay into the throttle. And y'all, I laid into the throttle, and I went way wide. I went way out in left field, washed out completely, and got beat by Packer Faster Getter Done in first round. So I was pissed. Went time for the skills competition, and he actually ended up winning racing, by the way. Went out for the skills competition next. What was cool about the racetrack, I didn't say this earlier, it was Chicago-style racing, but it was such a longer course that instead of just one jump in each lane, they had 2 jumps in each lane. So a total of 5 jumps before the race is completed, right? So for skills, I wanted to hit the front straight away, try a little slap wheelie, and I kind of got it, but understanding that I hit the first jump and there was a set of tires, that was the backside of the race lane. Understanding that I had another jump out there in front of me, all I did was just pop it up real quick, set it back down, went up to the next jump to try a stoppie, y'all. And I got up there, just so y'all know, the vision and the boss skater is extremely limited, right? I'm only looking out of the windshield. So when I get up there and I'm going off of, just feeling, the ramp that's underneath me, park up on it, pull my helmet down as much as I could to see if I could see the ramps, and I really couldn't. And I was like, well, here goes nothing. Bring it up on the converter a little bit. Whoop! Send it to the floor. And it's like I went from looking at the sky to looking at the dirt real quick. And then the truck went down, and that was actually out of my control. It was the mud. I don't know how high that ass end of the truck got up. I felt like I was like there, right? I felt like I was like looking right at the dirt. I may have got like 3 feet off the ground. I don't know. I haven't seen a video of it. Apparently nobody has a video of it anywhere. Whatever. But I was pumped. I was able to actually go out, feel what the truck should be like when you go for a slap wheelie. I got the feel of that. Feeling what it's going to be like anytime I go into a stoppie. You're going from kind of look at the sky to just straight dirt. And that's what it's going to be. So I got that out of the way. We went into intermission. Don't know who won the skills challenge because I was just, pumped for myself, I guess. But Spence, I feel like you might have something to say about me attempting my first stoppie.
Well, I have 2 questions actually. So first of all, since you got back in the driver's seat, how's your foot?
Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for being so considerate to ask.
Well, he's not the only concerned one. There's people in the comments that are already asking about your foot. So
let's just say
it didn't give me any issues this past weekend. No, it's still a little tender. I feel it in my foot, but I'll be okay.
New truck coming to Triple B Motorsports called Tenderfoot. So keep an eye out for merch here soon. Tweety being the driver.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So I guess my question is, because obviously doing a stoppie or moonwalk, whatever you want to call it, what is that feeling like? Feeling all that weight of the truck shift to being right behind you as you're looking straight down at the mud. I mean, you said you didn't really get up that much, but I'm sure that feeling must have just been something you never felt before.
It really is insane, man. I mean, just like I said, the jump before that, I attempted a slap wheelie. So you're going from, I was just looking at the sky to now going and look at, doing a stoppie. Now it's just straight dirt. You can't see, obviously you can't see what's ahead of you. Anybody who has played BMG or Monster Jam game, you've watched plenty of Monster Jam shows or Monster Truck shows in general, where that truck is headed. And, you just know, that driver knows in his mind. He knows where the truck is at. He knows where he's headed. And you really don't when you're in there, man. A lot of times, I feel like it. I can't say a lot of times because I've only attempted one stoppie. But I really see it as like you're in that truck when you're doing a stoppie and you're damn near blindfolded when you're out there because you're looking right at the dirt. And that's all you see. Maybe if you were to pass like a chalk line or you maybe have an idea because you saw like a little indent in the dirt, you may know where you're at on the track if you're trying to moonwalk that bitch. But it's a very, very different feeling. And it's going to be really hard to get used to. Because like I said, that truck came back down under its own power. I didn't do that. I didn't panic and hit the throttle and bring it back down. That was just the mud. Like I said, it was a mud show. What Michaela Toluchka told me was that when I go up the next time I attempt that and the Assen gets up in the air, the knee-jerk reaction is to hit the throttle and bring it down because you feel like you're going over. And she says, hit the brake. I'm like, okay, that seems totally ass backwards. She's like, well, that's the feeling you get. When you're up on that nose or you're headed in that direction, it's going to seem like you're rolling over. It's going to seem like you're out of control. And really, you have to bring it up even more. So you have to hit the brake. Okay. And I was like, that's cool. And then she went out and literally did everything that she just told me to do. And she had it perfected. I mean, she won skills. I know the next day, she may have won that one that night as well. But very, very different feeling. So that was my first attempt at a stoppie. Everybody in the back told me it was a good attempt for first stoppie. I'm really looking forward to doing more. What's really funny, y'all didn't know this. I didn't know this. Apparently James doesn't want us doing stoppies. I didn't know that. And what was cool was I after I found that out, because my brother had told me that. So I texted him and I was like, hey, you know they did a stoppie tonight, right? He goes, pics or vids or it didn't happen. And I was like, well, you got me there. But he wasn't upset. And I think a lot, like there will be discussions like, like how he really wants us to drive or whatnot. But I mean, he wasn't pissed or anything, so that was cool. But anyways, that was my first time doing a stoppie. Feeling the truck going into a slap wheelie felt good. Like I said, that wasn't anything impressive because I wouldn't be able to ride it out anyways. Then we went into freestyle, y'all. This is what y'all are wanting to know. So for freestyle, I wanted to do the same first two hits that I did for skills. I wanted to try that again, except I didn't want to do the stoppie. I just wanted to really lay into the throttle on that jump because the backsides of the race lanes, the first one was a set of big tractor tires, right? Then the second one was a backside of a K-rail. So I was like, surely one of these jumps is going to send me a little bit further than the other. Did the first jump? It felt good. It felt fine. The truck landed good. Second jump, y'all, I guess I didn't hit it straight, and I almost rolled over on it because I shot up and landed on my side. Like, you remember that jump I did in Colorado where I nosed over, did a wheelie, and then landed on the side again? Well, apparently I hit that jump, and I went straight to my side. And everybody thought I was going over. I thought I was going over, and I didn't. That was my second jump, and I was like, okay, well, this is it. I'm headed straight for the bus. I'm going to do it. I got to get it out of my way. It's been in my head all day. I want to hit my first bus. So the way they had it set it up, one side of the bus was a straight jammer. It was just going to shoot you straight up. The other side of the bus was like the longer ramp. I kept telling everybody it's going to have the effect of like driving off a loading dock. You're just driving straight and basically flat landing it. My plan was to go jammer side first, go hit it, whip around, come and hit the loading dock side. I went up, I hit the jammer side. I knew I was going to have to come in with some momentum. If I didn't hit it with momentum, I was basically just going to roll over backwards because it was a steep step up. And I hit it, according to everybody, I hit it perfect. But as soon as my wheels left to the ground, all four wheels locked up on the truck. As soon as the tires left the ground, I had no more control over. I kept burping the throttle, nothing. Plane landed down, tried to shift. I had 5 neutrals over here. Wasn't going anywhere. But I could hear something underneath the truck. Click, 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 click. Like, yeah, something's definitely messed up underneath me. And the transfer case locked up. That's all it was. In the lower half of the transfer case, all the gears locked up. One of the gears was shredded halfway around like a moon shape on the damn gear itself. And FTI transfer case, not a lot of monster truck guys run them. Matter of fact, to my knowledge, there's only like 3 trucks in all of America that run FTI drop transfer cases. I know in the mega truck world, FTI transfer cases are very popular, but I don't think they're the drop down transfer cases. I think it's a different kind. So, to my knowledge, we got all the gears, we got all the bearings ordered. They should be here tomorrow. Should be able to replace that baby. Have it rocking and rolling for the boss this upcoming weekend. Other than that, the show, that was my experience. That was just Friday night.
So the
my brother
boss
Logan
is going to be running Boss Skater this weekend?
He is, yeah. Yep. Yeah, well, we'll get to more of that in a little bit.
Oh, we lost Spence.
Spence is out of here.
I think we lost Coop, too.
What? I'm sorry, Tweety.
Carpet shopping.
There's just a lot. There's a lot you're going over for just a 3-hit freestyle.
This is what we do. We break it down, baby.
This is
You
true.
broke the truck.
Well, you definitely,
broke the truck.
broke it down for sure.
Yeah, Mike
I
Rowley
would-
says this. Mike Rowley's comment. This is almost like listening to Spence talk about drag racing. Yeah.
Well, more of that, and we'll get to that later. But just real quick, next day, my brother Logan won racing, his first racing title ever, and I was really proud of him. He was in that race with Mitch Toluchka in the final round. They both got real squirrely in the last turn because it was a muddy mess, and he was able to kind of correct himself, go out and win. Now I was really proud of him. And then freestyle, they both hit the bus jump, hit the long ramp. Like I was telling you, like driving off the loading dock. They were pushing the trucks a little bit in that first show. And then the second show, it really just came down like the big rainstorm again. And but it was a fun weekend overall, y'all. I really hope there are more Mayhem of Monsters shows on my schedule because y'all, they could really be it. I mean, if they could get a better system figured out because they do fan judging for crowd cheer off for everything. If they could get rid of that, they might be able to put something together that both drivers and fans really appreciate. They've got some good stuff going on over there. They got Trailer Trash RC helping running the shows as well. That guy is cool as hell. Being able to be around him for the first time ever, really enjoyed hanging out with him this past weekend. Plus everybody else there's so many names to mention, but everybody on that tour is awesome. You'll be hearing us talking about them a lot more.
Oh, dude. I'm actually really glad you got a chance to meet him. I ran into him a couple times, mainly at the Monster Truck Hall of Fame, and he was hanging out with Mikey Vodders because they both obviously do a lot of stuff with RC stuff. But dude is cool as hell. It's Garrett. Shit, how do I say this?
What?
You know what? We're not going to talk about how I pronounce people's names or anything, but Trailer Trash RC, if you guys don't know who he is, check him out on YouTube and everything. Dude is awesome. He wrecks all of his shit, and it's awesome, and he's a great guy to talk to. But anyway, speaking of other shows that were going on in South Carolina, our good friends, the Ecton Camps, Denver Ecton Camp III, got to go out to another show that was also in South Carolina. I believe it's like the sister company to, or sister, or relate. It's a related promoter to the Z Tour. I want to say it's like Monster. I think it's like Monster Crush Mania. Correct me if I'm wrong.
What?
Yeah, it's like Monster Crush Mania. Relatives to the people that run the Z Tour with the Garden Brothers or whatever. And our good friend, Denver Ecton Camp III, went out in freestyle and burned it down. He did a great job, came out with a freestyle victory. However, Tweety, you were talking about how there was a lot of rain. Well, I actually talked to him about this clip. I said, dude, was there no water truck available for this show? Like, it was just a dusty mess. This is all the same freestyle, by the way. This is on all individual clips. This is the same freestyle run. And apparently, the rainstorm that you're talking...
Wait,
What?
it can't be the same freestyle one.
It
One,
can't
Oh,
be.
one
maybe
day
it's
and
not.
one night.
Well, it's okay, so it's the same whatever. It's the Carolinas. Things are different. Whatever. Anyway, so apparently they thought it was a good idea. It's like, well, we just had a major rainstorm, and they thought it was good enough to let the track, do its own thing. And it is, you could tell, like, part of his freestyle, like, he was struggling a little bit because there's just so much dust. Like, you cannot see. There's not exactly a windshield wiper system in a monster truck. So, I mean, kudos to him.
He had some really good hits, though.
Oh, yeah. But, that was one thing we talked about a while ago is, like, up-and-coming drivers, who to look out for, like, as far as these young drivers and whatnot. We talk about Shane Plato and Denver Ecton Camp III coming out. I mean, these young guns, they're hungry for it, and honestly, I can't wait to see what he's capable of.
Can't say that.
Shut up, Coop. Good God. Pull your head out of Tom Mintz's ass, get away from
Not
Monster Jam for a
wrong.
minute, and join the rest of
Not
us.
wrong. You just can't say it, bro. It's bad.
Oh, Stomping Ground saying, Boss Gator versus Tailgater, who will win? I love Tweety, but my money is on Tailgater.
Obviously, Ball Gator would
Ball
win
Gator?
it for sure. Yep, Ball Gator. That's the new name for it.
Ball
He would
Gator.
win in a heartbeat.
Anyway. But no, there was a pretty good weekend for independent shows. Nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting really happened. Although we love always making fun of Tweety here. I know it sounds like I'm stuttering a little bit. Someone called me out saying like I don't know how to talk
Correct.
in the comments. Shut up. I've got a lot going on, and I'm just holding back to the end of the show before I tell you guys what's actually going on my side of things.
I fell down some stairs.
Oh
I'm
yeah, what
broken
happened
right
to you
now.
today, Coop?
I fell down the stairs backwards. It was awful.
How did that happen?
I was carrying my workout rope.
Okay.
You know the rope that you do this shit?
Yeah.
I was carrying it, and it fell a little bit, and it got under my foot, and just rolled. It just rolled my foot, and I did like a banana peel fall onto the stairs, and I slid down. It was crazy. It hurt a lot.
Well, I'm sorry, but
I'm
we
glad
do not
you're
have
gonna be okay.
Yeah, we don't have Affleck on the Throttle Out show, so I'm glad you're able to just limp to your office and make an appearance.
I had my pugs doctored me back to health,
Oh.
so they were there.
Do you have,
they were there to
any
help me.
lingering injuries that we need to know about?
No, maybe.
Maybe?
I
Could
don't
bruise your
know.
foot too?
Was it your foot?
My foot does hurt. It's off and on. It's numb. It's kind of weird. Like it's not asleep, but it just feels numb. So
it
yeah,
off.
that's concerning.
Just walk it off. You'll be fine. Just walk it off.
I've tried. It's been a month.
We'll walk some more. But so anyway, I know some people are talking about in the comments. Do we want to jump into Monster Jam? We finally closed out the regular Monster Jam season. Do we want to start with the results, or are we wanting to talk about our fantasy points?
Do you want to save
I think
kind of
it's-
Monster Jam towards the last thing? Because there's kind of a couple other things to bring up first.
Yes, I mean I'd prefer that because I don't want to talk about Monster Jam just yet.
Okay, Tweety, you sent me some footage that a fan, I guess, sent to you about a
Yes.
Hot Wheels show.
Yes.
That's about all
Hot
you know about it.
Wheels.
Yep, that's all I know about it.
I
Okay.
believe it happened in Iowa. I don't know
Yeah, we
where
back
in
in the-
Iowa though.
Turn the lights on.
No, it's cool with the
I was
lights
gonna-
off.
I was
This is-
just
this
gonna
is
say,
not-
are they
Lights
doing
on the
the-
This
truck.
is not a glow tour. This is just like a regular show.
See, I really like that they did that though, having like one show where it's like there's something a little extra, you know. But honestly, it's a same show every time. But honestly, you can't go wrong with some old school car crushing. I mean, I like this. I really want to go to one of these shows just to
go.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, just to go.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was this show or not, but I saw a clip that what is it? The T-Rex. Like, what? Help me out here. What's the dinosaur's name? Megarex. Yeah, I guess they tore the body off of it at
Oh.
one of these shows over the weekend. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Sioux City, Iowa is where this was apparently. Nice.
Sioux City. You pronounced it right.
Did I?
Oh my gosh,
do I
you
get?
did!
Do I get my first gold star? No, I
Jason
did see.
Bryan, thank you for sending in these videos, and thank you for putting all your info on. Like, we really appreciate that you go through enough trouble to
Yes,
put all that together.
I love this. All the information's right here, so you know this came directly from you.
So I did see our good friend Michael Buda Keller. He works with Team Bigfoot, and Michael Keller. We call him Buddha. He was with the Swansons for a while, and he's basically. If you saw him, Cooper, you'd probably know who he is. He's done a lot of work with the Independents, and he's been doing a lot of work with the Team Bigfoot. Well, there's a picture out there on Instagram where the housing on old Bigfoot ain't looking too good. Like
Really?
it ripped the tab completely off on the front housing where the 4-link bar is. So it was a pretty good hit. So, oh yeah, Cooper, what do you know about tearing housings apart on ZFs?
It's easier than a company truck. Less bolts.
Now let me ask you something. I'll get right back to you, Coop, because I want to hear what you have to say about that. But I need to know first. Do you know what truck he was? What he was working on, Spence? Like what number Bigfoot it was, by chance?
I don't know what number. I want to say. What is?
Do you know what
the
truck?
No, I'm pretty sure it was the Bigfoot truck because it was the one that Christian Norman was driving.
Okay, so that would have been 18. So that should be a stock ZF housing. So now, Coop, roll into what you were gonna say.
It's just easier all around. Less bolts. It's crazy. I like it much better than a company truck. Yeah, that's it.
My question for you, Coop, is those housings that Tom has. Those aren't stock ZF housings. Like y'all actually make those, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, correct. I don't, but somebody else does.
Correct, yeah, but y'all make them for the ZFs. It's because, like I was saying, Bigfoot they actually use stock ZF housings till they just started making their own, and to my knowledge, they only have one set underneath 21. So
I mean, what's crazy is with the ones that we built, we don't build them often. Like the ones that's been under Neil's have been under Neil's for about 5 years, and the one that's under Tom's hasn't been changed in probably 3 years.
wow,
It's just they're tough. They're Hoonigan tough.
oh
Should
okay,
be sponsored by
Show.
Hoonigan.
Okay, that's cool. Way to bring that up.
I love that Cooper promotes other people's brands and YouTube channel and doesn't do any
Speaking
jack
of
shit
other
for Throttle Out.
people's YouTubes, go check out Drunk and Frosty Boys. That's my stuff.
Okay, well, you can at least tell people to like the video.
Like the video!
Okay.
Jason
Any
Bryan.
more questions?
Christian Norman apparently retired after this weekend at the show after driving Bigfoot.
I did not know that.
It's a comment.
Don't you gotta be a good driver to retire?
Oh.
Yeah, why do you think Tom hasn't retired yet?
Oh my
No.
gosh!
Because he's a great driver. He just won his series championship. You can't really say much, to be honest. You say he needs to be in a retirement home, but he's still bringing home the trophy.
Yeah, I'm the one that says he needs to be in a retirement home, yet he does not like you. So I'm okay with
Yeah,
where
he's
I'm
still
at.
winning. He's still winning. He's giving
Okay.
out.
Okay, moving on.
Listen, we'll have this great debate later.
Yeah. We should all wish Eric Booth a happy birthday. He is the guy
Who
that
dat?
has the Digger's Dungeon bar set up.
Yeah.
So yeah, today's his birthday. So happy birthday, Eric.
Happy birthday, Eric.
dude! We better be streaming
Yeah,
in
what they
your garage right now. I hope you're having
Yes.
a Jack and Coke or a brewski, enjoying the evening. I hope everybody else has a drink. I don't have a drink. I don't have any alcohol. That's what I'm missing. Damn.
I'm sober.
I'm not going to drop enough on you. You're a liar.
No.
No, he is. No, Coop is
I am.
sober right now for this month. He is. We've
The
discussed
whole
this.
month.
I
2
didn't
months.
believe him either.
Why?
I'm sober all the way till 4th of July.
Why?
Because I'm going to drink a shit ton 4th of July.
Why? Because it's his body, his choice. That's why.
This is true. Get off me.
All right, back to Monster Truck discussion. Was there more to talk about before Monster Jam? Carla Joe.
I guess we could kind of go into Monster Jam. This
Hold
weekend
on,
was the last.
before you do,
What?
I did see that we had some footage sent to us once again from Shane Plato. Them out there on the West Coast, Shane and Lee, this past weekend. One of them broke a corner on their truck, and
I think
Shane
I have a
had sent me
picture
some
of that.
footage. You do really?
This. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Scattered's not looking too happy right now. And he told me that he's actually going to start upgrading the corners on his trucks. He knew there were weak points on that truck, and he's going to work on getting some new parts and pieces for it. So kudos to them, recognizing, they went, hey, there we go. There's a much better picture. Look at that. Pulled them bolts
That's the
right out.
Zeppo.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's the Zeppo to the outer drive shaft, right?
That looks
Yeah,
nice.
that's not happy.
Where are the balls at? Where'd the balls go?
Y'all, hey, we talked about drinking here a second ago. Shop foreman just brought me a nice cold Coors Light. So,
Of course.
cheers,
Could have
y'all.
been a good beer.
Oh.
This is tasty AF. This is hitting the spot. So, anyways, shout out Shane and Lee Plato for rocking it out this past weekend and staying in touch with it. What are you laughing
Are
about?
you okay, Spence?
Oh my gosh!
I heard there were complaints about no alcohol.
Oh, here we go.
That's your neighbor?
Peach vodka or
That's
my
his
sister.
sister.
I'll
Oh.
take the peach vodka. Thank you, Ash.
what do you mean?
That's empty. I'm out of Jack Daniels.
Take a shot straight out of
Thank
the
Straight out of the bottle.
fifth. Straight out of the bottle. Go.
Go,
Funny, I have a
now.
shot glass right here, so.
No,
Well, we
straight out
can't
of
see
the
the
bottle.
shot glass.
You can do it.
Straight out of the bottle. Straight out of the
it.
bottle.
Do it.
Just don't smell it.
Do
Just
it.
go.
Do it.
Just go. 3.
There we go.
That was like
Attaboy.
not even anything.
There's a
What are you
lag.
doing? You gotta hold
Go
hold
over
it for
this.
5 seconds.
No. I got things I gotta do.
What time? It's 9 where you're at, right?
Yeah, I know. I know.
What do you have to do?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Sleep.
So, anyways,
We'll get to that in a minute.
now
Yes.
we get back to what I was saying. Shout out to Lee and Shane for rocking out this past weekend. They drove through another windstorm, I think, on their way back to the house. And Shane had sent, no, sorry, Lee had sent me some pictures of that, and I know that's never any fun. And also shout out to Shop Foreman for bringing me ice cold Brusco here. Appreciate
making that noise?
Just before the show, hey, it's not me. Just before the show, just so y'all know, I get to rub it in your faces a little bit. I was hanging out over there at the MDFT and pulled out the old propane grill, grilled me some pork chops over there, some pork steaks, and they were tasty AF. So this is like dessert after that delicious MDFT meal we had. Now, Monster Jam.
Okay. So this was also, I guess, since Chris Norman's retiring, so this was also a last show for Kaylin Miguez in Jailbird this weekend. And it was also
Okay.
last show for Nitro Menace as well. Because
What?
it's going to be going up to where you are, Tweety, pretty soon.
Minnesota.
Oh, they're not like done driving forever. Oh, okay.
Well, sounds like Kaylin is.
It sounds like Kaylin's done with Monster Trucks. Like, not just Monster Jam. Yeah.
Big sad.
Is that chicken?
What?
What?
What a
Do I
loser.
see chicken?
What do you mean chicken?
Where do you see chicken?
On the front tire of Jailbird. Is that not chicken?
Who are you
Sadly,
talking
yes.
about?
Isn't that him,
Tweety,
Cooper?
Tweety, yes. Sadly, yes.
Yeah, that's who that is on the front tire of Jailbird.
Who's the? Wait, hold on. Who's the little kid in front of Nitro Menace? Oh wait, never mind. That's too tall.
That's Blinky.
Burn.
Love you,
But not
David.
really, because he's
Don't
used to
hate
it by
me.
now.
Okay, so I have a few highlights from the arena show in Manchester, which was the show that Kristen was crowned the series champion.
Finally, someone from Team PP has won
Someone
something.
from Team PP won. Congratulations, Spence. That did not help you in the fantasy points whatsoever.
I don't
Hey, that
care.
was a good pass.
It should
There's
have been
some hardware
Tony.
for Team PP. Oh my gosh. But honestly, huge congrats to Ken Doug and Kristen. I mean, those guys. Let's be completely honest with this tour. It has been a battle between Tony and Kristen with Black Ops and Gravedigger. It has been back and forth, back and forth. There was a few times, Coop, I was waiting for Tony to surpass. I don't know if it was just a lucky weekend, but I mean, your boy had me scared, to be completely honest. I mean, it clearly didn't do me any favors because I lost the champion. I lost the series. Oh, there's building damage, but
Shut the truck off. See, y'all cheated. Y'all cheated to win. What typical? Typical.
oh man,
But
But why don't we
Spence, you
talk?
were...
Hold on.
What?
Why don't we talk about Ken Doug and Kristen, how they make a really good team? The fact that Ken Doug has come really close in years past to being a part of winning a points championship. I mean, really close, and then was actually able to finally pull one off this year. And I'm really proud of Ken Doug for working so damn hard.
Absolutely. And one of the things I want to talk about is Kristen. Like, I know we kind of give Kristen and some of the other younger drivers a lot of crap on our show, but I got to watch the acceptance speech that she had as she was going up to the points championship trophy to accept it, that she won the tour. A lot of emotion from Kristen. You hear it in her voice, like, you don't have to be Dennis, you don't have to be Ryan, she didn't have to be Adam, she could just be her, and that was good enough, and she was able to win. And you can tell that she's holding back tears, like she's super excited. Honestly, congrats, Kristen. You deserve it. We're proud of you. We're happy for you. And honestly, I'd like to go back to what our good buddy Champion said when we first started the Throttle Out show, and that is pressure creates diamonds. And Kristen, getting her first ever Point Series championship, she's on her way.
Do you think she watched our episode and was like, I need a win?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I mean, okay.
I don't think she gives a crap about us, to be completely honest with you. I think there's a lot of Andersons that do not care whatsoever what we say. Apparently Tom cares, but the Anderson family, I think they could give two shits less about what we say on the Throttle Out show. Because we know we love talking trash.
I can confirm nor deny any of your claims.
Confirm or deny.
Yeah.
Sure, Coop. But
I think what I really appreciate with Kristen winning this year, obviously they announced that she's the first ever female Point Series winner at Monster Jam. That's huge. But also the fact that with this tour, they did not set her up for success. They did not set her up to win this tour. I also really appreciate that. I really do believe she earned it. Yeah, she's Gravedigger. She's going to get some extra points for being Gravedigger. We all know that. However, she was in the points battle this year. She really drove. Her crew chief kept the truck up. Not that the crew chief hasn't been able to do that in years past for her, but you just had the right combination this year. You know, she felt ready. And like you said, you know, when Matt was on the show with us, when we talked about her, you know, a little over a year ago now, pressure creates diamonds, but he kept talking about how in years past, you know, one year she finished fifth. The next year she finished fourth. It's like she kept getting better. He goes, and one of these days she's going to finish in first, and she's headed straight to the big show. Little did we know that was literally going to be her very next tour. So we're extremely proud of her, fired up for her and her family. And so I guess it worked out this way this year, y'all, that everybody, that Kristen, that Weston, and Ryan won their tour. The only only sibling that didn't win their tour was Adam this year.
Big brother Adam can't pull his own weight, no pun intended.
Get good, kid.
Get good, kid. Oh man. But now we support Kristen. Kristen has now earned her spot in the World Finals. Now,
well, do you want to start the World Finals debacle, which it's going to be, or do you want to do fantasy points and get that out of the way and then?
I'm
do
nervous.
Do the fantasy points. No, the tour is wrapped up. The season is over with. We need to know who won and what the final standings were. We need to know, damn it.
Points and everything. We need to know exact points.
The exact number and everything.
Pull the Band-Aid off, Harley. I'm ready.
Okay. Spence, ended up in last place with 3,742 points.
Okay. So now you need to let us know who was in first place and their points.
I have to do last and first?
Yes, you have to, because we need to show it the world how far away Spence was. That's why. You don't have to say who won. Just say the points of first place.
Oh, okay. The points of the first place was 4,367. So Spence ended up being 625 points behind. Sorry, Spence.
Team PP, RIP.
Has anyone got a blue pill to hope for next year? I'll get him next time.
Take it away.
Okay, ending in third is Tweety.
Damn it!
With 4,250 points. So you were 117 points behind first place.
The system is rigged.
Look, I made sure
Our
that
own
I went
system is
through
rigged
this
against me.
like 3-4 times to make sure I calculated all this right, just to make sure. So, am I going to say who's first or second next?
Go with, you have to go with first. Just go straight to first
Go
now.
straight to first?
Who won? Who won? Drum roll, please.
Does someone have a drum roll button?
I do not.
Okay. In first place with 4,367 points is moi.
Yeah!
I won. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes!
I took that lead back from Coop. I'm sorry. Coop.
How close was it though between first and second? I'm very curious.
Coop ended up being 96 points behind me.
Man,
Oh, wow.
I did not see that coming. I thought for sure Coop had it wrapped up.
I did too.
I was just as surprised when I added everything up. I was like, how am I almost 100 points ahead of Coop? And all my people averaged out higher than his did. So
Did he come
I
back?
just got that better
Is
team.
Is he still gone?
He gone. He gone.
All right.
He
Well,
gone.
it looks like
But
Harley.
no, hold on. Let's give Harley a little praise here. She started off the season being in last place. I'm pretty sure, didn't you, Harley?
I did. I was last for like 3 or 4 weeks straight. I didn't
Yeah.
come in until like a month into the points thing.
Dead last. And last week, Coop was in first place, thinking he was just going to retain and be our leader. I'm extremely proud of you for picking the people you did. And I mean, in some instances, we felt like you were just kind of getting like the leftovers with the way that the draft went, and it proved us all to be completely wrong. So, wow, congratulations! You've earned that title. Holy shit!
Okay, what do I win again?
We have it's literally a championship belt. I'm gonna have ordered that says the Throttle Out Draft 20 whatever. It's like a 4-foot belt, like straight up out of like wrestling, like WWE or whatever, that you could like throw over your shoulder or whatever. Like that is the championship belt that you get to hold on to for a year until next year when we do this
Who's
again.
back? Oh.
Coop,
Where'd you go?
I went to go get something that cheered me up.
R.I.P. to the Pug Boys season. You had a hell of a run.
I got robbed.
You got robbed.
Tweety,
Nah.
Tweety,
You know
I
what
gotta say.
you know what it
Nah.
all came down to?
What?
My 1 month off.
That's exactly what it came down to. Well, you also picked
Yeah.
three of your stadium drivers were all on the same tour, so there's no way that you could have gotten higher points.
If I didn't have a month off.
It's true. Very true. But honestly, I'm kicking myself for not taking the trade with Tweety on Corey Rummel. Like, that was...
We never
I
had
feel like I
trade
would've-
day.
Well, it was like the day we did the draft. It was like Tweety wanted to do the trade, like, immediately. Like, he wanted Jim Kohler. I would take Corey Rummel. And I was like, nah, I believe in Jim Kohler. Well, not anymore.
Nope, and I'm really glad you didn't take that because I was in first place for a very long time. So now I kind of have an idea going into next year who I'm not going to pick.
I was in
Yeah.
every position.
Ain't that the truth?
Is there going to be like some rule next year where we can't pick the same people that were on our team?
No, because I feel
No.
like what's going to
Okay.
happen next year is Monster Jam's going to fix their arena series to where they don't have that one weird arena tour where it's like there's a bunch of people like in and out. In and
Yeah.
out. I feel like it's going to be more set. I feel like they're not going to have a stadium series do a bunch of arena stuff. I feel like it's going to be more fair. But I feel like it should be a clean slate. Like, you don't get to keep everybody that you had for this year. You have to start anew. It has to be a clean slate. But I would like to incorporate the toughest tour because this is not just a Monster Jam type point series. I feel like we should incorporate another series a part of it as like a, I don't want to say like a wild card, but some other kind of dividing factor. It's like, well, outside of Monster Jam, how is this truck doing? Just something to add a little bit more to it. But honestly, for our first season that we did this, I was happy with it, even though I came in dead last and Team PP did terrible. I had a lot of fun doing it.
This was good, and I'm really proud of. Yeah, I couldn't be any more proud of Harley for for proving us all wrong with her picks, and she did great. I am sad that I somehow came in third place. Like, what is it, like less than 4 weeks left in the season? You know, and I led all year long, and then everything went to shit real quick, and I ended up like 100 points out of first place. Whatever. The whole system was rigged against me, I guess. Now there was some discussion today in our group chat
Now you guys can get
about
into it.
about the final spot in World Finals. Who claimed that spot? Because Monster Jam kind of left everybody in suspense, like, hey, it may not be Tony Oaks. No, it might be somebody else. And what do you know? Today took us all by surprise. They announced Nick Pagliarulo in the Kraken Monster Truck as the last pick for the World Finals. Nah. I love this. Spins to
Not a gravedigger.
I do not like this at all.
Gravediggers. 5.
Here is the problem with this. The World Finals, you have the best of the best, regardless that it is a bunch of company drivers. We get that. You had a lot of top 2 drivers. Like we were talking about, it was a battle between Tony Oaks and Chris Anderson the entire time.
Well, every tour they picked the top 2, except this one.
Every tour. Literally every tour, it's like top 2, you're going to the World Finals.
Even top 3.
You're going to the World Finals. Yeah, exactly. In some of the stadium championships, it's like, well, we can't just get rid of this driver. We got to have so-and-so or whatever. I didn't realize that it was going to be a fan favorite vote off. And Nick, you could thank your buddy Bryce Kenny for putting that out there for you. Like, don't get me wrong. It is. I like the Pagliarulos; they do great. But when you want the best of the best, you set a bracket, you set a tone for if you want to be in the main show, you want to be in the final, the biggest show of the year. You got to bring your A game all year long. Tony Oaks, without being in a truck for as long as he has earned that spot. And for fan judging yet again to prove that it is bullshit, it puts somebody that was mid to low tier throughout the entire year. Damn. They get that spot.
Well, hold on. I don't think the fan thing had nothing to do with that final spot.
No, they was already pre-planned like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the fan
it was already
thing
planned.
Was the Bryce Kenny reposted was for the awards show. It had nothing to do with this World Finals spot.
Okay.
So the thing that Bryce Kenny was associated with had nothing to do with World Finals.
Yes.
Okay.
Apologize to Bryce.
Apologize.
No, I won't. Okay,
apologize.
I apologize to Bryce.
Say you're sorry.
Working on it.
Say it.
Anyway.
How come we haven't said it already? What's taking so long?
Yeah, exactly. It's taking so long. I thought because the whole voting thing, it seems like they were voting for last spot for the World Finals.
No, nothing.
That's how I took it.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's just how I assumed. I'm sorry. It shouldn't have been like that. But
there it is. There's the apology.
Yeah, there you go. You got your apology, yada, 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 whatever. But still, Tony Oaks deserves to be in the main field. Cooper, do you remember the last World Finals where Tony Oaks should have won? What was it called before you tell me I can't call it that
Showdown.
again?
It was
the
in Orlando.
Showdown.
I was about to
it was
say,
in Orlando.
What event?
Well, no, it was the last World Finals. Tony Oaks should have won.
Are you talking about the double down?
Yes.
Stuff?
Yes, whatever that was.
Yes.
To get into the main
I don't
field
watch that.
And then
Okay.
I'm focused
for somebody
on
that's
Encore.
only monster. Gosh.
I was working on the Encore.
Or Encore, okay.
Hold on.
I was working on the Encore.
I'm confused. Hold on. No, I'm confused. You're saying Tony Oaks should have won that, and why?
Yes.
I'm confused. In racing?
Why?
Wait,
Why should he have won?
Wasn't Tony Oaks in the finals of racing?
Is that what you mean?
Yes, he was. Now, Spence, why should he have won? What are you saying here?
Did someone cheat?
I thought. Well, I believe he won on a technicality. Did he not? Or no, he lost on a technicality. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
Tony Oaks only advanced because the opponent who beat him was Nick Pagliarulo.
Oh, there you go! There you go! That is why Nick is advancing and Tony isn't. There you go. Right there. Monster Jam felt bad for screwing over the packs. So it's like they stuck it to Tony. Tony
They
got
had
screwed.
they had it all planned out. Like all the
Quits.
awards,
Nope,
it's
nope,
already
nope,
done.
Nope. You're
I
second.
thought
The
they already
winners
had
have been
awards.
chosen.
Didn't they not?
No, not yet. I kind of want Steve, if you're watching, to get me a ticket.
He was watching.
Imagine I'd go to I would do pit report
You
at
should.
the award ceremony. I don't want to go to, or I guess it's in Orlando. When is it? Like in 2 weeks?
Like literally in 2 weeks. Yeah.
I can't make it. I have better things to do.
Yeah, me too. But
Yeah, I
no,
gotta make
like
some hamburger helper.
I'm sorry, but if you look at those two scenarios, I mean, it makes sense. I don't know,
What was
conspiracies and monster
Crashing
trucks.
on either Tom's truck or since backflip half. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was after racing. Yeah, no, Steve. That
Oh,
was
that's
not during
right.
the double down. That was the worst encore ever a part of.
Who was smacking their desk?
Who is that?
Not this guy.
Is that you,
That
Spence?
wasn't me.
I
No,
don't
I'm
have a
not
desk.
smacking anything.
Who is that?
Someone's guilty by association. But no, I mean, I think World Finals going to be interesting this year. I mean,
So-
we see the lineup.
So Spence,
What?
you're saying that Nick is a bad driver and Tony's better?
Oh.
I'm not saying that Nick is a bad driver. I think Tony is more deserving to be in that spot than Nick.
I think Nick, I'm glad he's in it because, I mean, good for him. He could replace the Gravedigger.
Yeah.
You know? That would be cool. Let's not have 5 Gravediggers because Monster Jam's
It's
desperate
the anniversary.
for a grave. Encore that shit.
They are.
Fucking
They are.
When Tom's encore happened, we didn't have all them Max D drivers in there. We only had Tom. It's like Neil. Like, good luck. No, not even Neil. I think. No, yeah, we had Neil. But it's just like, bro, what you doing? Get out of here. No one cares. Give us. I would rather watch a Lucas Oil semi rally than this.
Yo, could you imagine though if Monster Jam was to have like a fleet of Peterbilts and Kenworths like come out through the tunnel and do a lap, and then out comes
gosh.
Stabilizer? I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't care for the truck and Cynthia, but I think that'd be a hell of an intro.
No, not for
But
it.
Okay, all right. Now let's get back to this. Okay, Coop and Spence. I mean, you brought up a great point. You know, the fact that this kind of almost stems back to what if that really does come back to the fact that Nick Pagliarulo got screwed over at the last World Finals at the showdown with that whole ordeal. They didn't want him to have any time to work on his truck. It wouldn't have taken any time at all to fix his broken outer axle, and they didn't allow that at all. And you know, he was going to the finals. Could have won that bitch. Could have went straight to the big show because of all that. But Monster Jam was like, nah, we got to throw Tony back in. And I'm not saying Tony didn't ball out this year. Tony had the best season that he's had so far in his Monster Jam career. We're all proud of him for that. But at the same time, so did Nick Pag. We talked over a year ago, how Kristen gets better every year. Nick Pag has as well. And y'all are going to assume, for those of you who know me, you know my career, kind of where I come from. You know that I work for the Pags, and obviously I love them. They're great people. Nick had a hell of a season. If you were to go through and see everything that went on behind the scenes with him, just getting the trucks from point A to point B, from show to show, working on both of those trucks. I mean, hell, they lost a crew guy mid-season. You know, a lot of this was on Nick's plate for him to fix these trucks and get them from show to show. And if there's anybody who is more deserving of a spot than Nick Pagliarulo going to World Finals this year, it's not Tony Oaks.
I mean, that
I'm
makes
glad
for a
they
great
picked
Cinderella.
Nick Pag.
I mean, it makes for a great Cinderella story, but I mean, it comes down to what you do on the track. I mean,
It comes
Yo, my
down to there's
prediction-
not enough spots in World Finals to begin with for all of the deserving drivers.
No. There was. There's just too many Gravediggers taking up the spot.
That's
There
also
you go.
true.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
They went up 5% chance of
true.
the Gravedigger winning compared to 24
Yeah.
other drivers. Math.
Look at that. Look at it. No
Like-
need.
Like,
I mean,
who
I
could we
gotta
have
say this
replaced here?
kind of off topic. No, I mean, you can't really replace. Well, I don't really want to name bash because these are all. Really
I don't
great
either. There's a
drivers,
couple
but-
people on here. I'm like, they don't really need to be in this group, but I don't want to be mean.
Corey
I mean, they
Rumble's
are-
one of them. Because, he's not the greatest at changing a mag during a motor swap. So, Corey, why are you even here?
Just had to bring it up.
Yep, I had to.
had to
Like
bring it
Todd
up.
the Duke, what has he ever done? Tristan England, like, who even is that? Like, go bury your truck with the earth shaker. Go load it up with some dirt barriers.
I love that Cooper laughs at his own jokes.
Well, I'm just pointing out the people who I know won't take it to heart. Like Brandon Benson, take your
my complaint in
New
all
Balances
this,
and leave.
Look, I agree with Coop. However, if you were to do what I had said a few weeks ago, and you really only pick like the top 3 from each tour, you're going to see a completely different field right now. But we're not going to get that. If you really only pick, obviously, the winners and then the next 2 positions, or 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, you're going to see completely different lineup.
Maybe they should do that. I mean, here's the thing, because I know we talked about Jim, because Jim Kohler has been at every single World Final since the beginning. However, his performance has not really shown World Finals material. Corey Rummel, on the other hand, has.
Yeah.
So, and I really don't want to bash on Jay Gore because he does great. I mean, he stays consistent with what he's got. Cole Vennard and Jamie Gardner, I mean, they have some good runs, but I mean, are they as consistent as a lot of these other drivers? I mean, obviously being independent, but where's I mean, I don't know, man. Like, this is, I really don't like that they're trying to do less and less competitors for the World Finals, because 24, I mean, that already screws up the bracket. 32 isn't even. You start with somebody and you eventually meet with the final 2 in the end, rather than so-and-so getting a bye run.
Dude, they've had 24 competitors for like the last however long. Where have you been?
No, I know, but that's.
I mean, not that
trust
long.
me, I'm well aware that they're trying to dwindle down like the amount of competitors because they want to, want the show to run faster so that we get people.
Well,
in and
they
out.
also
Like,
announced the high jump competitors as well. Can't forget about this.
Oh.
we
Wow.
can skip this.
What
Nobody wants
would
to
we
know
have
about this.
ever done without
God
knowing who's competing in the high jump?
Are there more competitors in this competition than there were years past?
I
feel
don't
like it's
even
the same
remember watching it
competitors.
last year.
I remember
I
it because
doing?
I had to fix the truck after.
Yeah, same over here.
Stupid.
And you guys are fine. Quit whining.
You know
You're
who's gonna
here.
win it?
Move on.
You know who's gonna win it?
Cynthia.
No, Corey Rummel, because he's gotta have a shark tooth sticking outwards.
No,
That's a good
I'm going
point.
with Bari.
Well, yeah,
Nope.
what about the
Bari-
hands sticking up?
Bari's gonna win
Yeah,
by a
take the
fingernail.
arm-
Now
off,
the
that's a
hands
little
are just
cheating.
sticking straight up now instead of kind of curled. They're just straight
That's
flat.
yeah.
A little sus.
In all seriousness, it's going to be an Anderson. I'm calling it right now. Kristen is literally the world record holder, but they didn't have, what was it, like 50 meters or something like that, or 30 meters from the high jump?
I
that
don't
they had to
know.
start from?
It's interesting how they actually measure
It doesn't
that.
make it to me, Coop. It doesn't make any sense how they do it.
Like, I know, what's his name? He had a camera that could do it, but it's like, I don't know about it. I
No,
don't
I
know
don't
about
either.
it.
Because they actually said that Todd LeDuc and Camden Murphy tied in that competition, and you're like, really? They tied?
How?
Okay.
Someone's not
Camden
doing
Murphy's
their
not
job.
even that good.
I can see Spence doesn't pay
I can't
attention in
wait
close
for all of them
freestyles.
to come to
I don't.
Paxton.
I don't pay much attention at all. Honestly.
What happened?
Steve Lashinsky is calling me out on Cole Vennard.
Where's Steve's comment?
I can see Spence doesn't pay attention to Cole's freestyles. I don't. I'm sorry.
Sleepers.
It's like, I did pay attention a lot in the beginning of the season to a lot of Monster Jam shows. Now it's like I just go on Facebook or Instagram and just look at the highlights. And a lot of the
Isn't
times Cole's
Cynthia
not
the
there.
record holder? No, because none of that makes sense when you have a record-breaking show and Kristen Anderson does it.
Well, Cynthia won the only high jump competition last World Finals.
Yes,
Yes.
no, she won it, yes.
So she's
And
the
they said she
reigning
was a record
champion
breaker.
of that.
But then you go to the record-breaking show,
Yeah.
and then we have Kristen do it. Why isn't she in it? I don't know.
I thought she was.
The record-breaking
Kristen
show
is in it.
garbage.
Wait,
Yeah,
I just
Kristen's in
realized
it.
something.
Yeah,
So,
Kristen's in it.
Mark List is technically
Kristen's gonna win it.
So if we're talking about former Monster Jam World Finals champions, I just dropped my pen. If we're talking about former Monster Jam World Finals champions, let's talk about who's not going to be at this.
Okay, who did that?
Good one. What champions are not going to be at this show compared to the last World Finals? Mark List, he's in the main field. He was the...
Who's that?
Was it side-by-side? He's El Toro Loco. Was he in the side-by-side or was it the quad? No, Blake Granger.
Those don't count.
Well, it's a World Finals championship.
No,
we
no,
didn't.
Blake
We didn't
Granger
even
won the
count 'em.
four-wheeler or something, whatever, and then what's his face? The independent. Matt Cody won the other one.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Matt Cody's another one. And then I don't even know
I thought
who
that was funny.
who the skills champion is.
I have no
Like
idea.
I know there's
Skills?
one in the crown,
Tom.
but who
Oh, Tom won skills.
is it? Tom?
Yeah, because we got robbed with Neil. Neil should have won it.
Jeez. And then obviously Jimmy Cretin, he ain't gonna be there. I mean, I love that Jimmy Cretin's been chasing that championship for years, got it, and is not gonna come back to Monster Jam. I think that is a boss move. I respect the hell out of that. So yeah, I mean it's. I
wait a
don't
minute.
really like. I don't really like the format.
Wouldn't you think
What?
they would have the former champions in there, like Jimmy Cretin?
Ain't worth it.
Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't
Well, I
you
guess
think
he's-
they would go
yeah.
out to make that happen, to promote their brand?
I
and-
guess he wasn't in.
Maybe they did ask
He wasn't
and
on
he
a
said
series,
no.
was he?
That's possible too.
Yeah, I know Bounty Hunter's got a lot of fans. I know the Cretan Camp's got a lot of fans in Monster Jam and Traveling Circuit, but I know honestly with what they got going on with Too Extreme and their own shows, they got a good thing going. Why waste it? Why stop?
Now,
Money talks.
we've been talking about Monster Jam a lot. Quite frankly, I'm done talking about them. Are we allowed to move on to the final segment of the show just yet?
What's the final segment?
The final segment of the show is up here at Triple B Motorsports. We have hired a new crew guy, and it's a fella, and he will be joining us as soon as, I think, sometime this week will be coming up here. And we actually invited him on the show with us tonight. He's here with us.
Do you want me to bring him on?
I think you should go ahead and bring on our new crew guy, Harlan Joe. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw Spence, but James kind of, ruined the surprise for you in the comments.
Yeah, I saw. I kind of figured we were going to move it along. Obviously, it's probably not a big surprise to a lot of people. I saw Jeremy Parsons was like, "Oh, whoop-de-doo, you're going to Triple B." Man, but yeah, no. Today was my last day working for Coletta Motorsports, and I'll be honest, I'm not gonna bash on drag racing. Like, it was an experience working on a Top Fuel dragster. It was fun, but it was just missing something. There's just something so special about doing the thrash on a monster truck, where you're not just focusing on racing. You have the other elements, and it's not just about coming out on top and winning. It's about putting on a show for that little girl or little boy or that family or whatever. Like, there's that element of what makes monster trucks so special, and I miss that, because one of the things that really tore me a little bit when I was touring with some of these guys, and I'm not going to name any names, but we would be sitting in the staging lanes to go up to the track and go getting ready to race, and a lot of guys, not just on our team, but on other teams as well, just would not give fans the time of day, would not want to talk to them. When, like, we hear at Monster Trucks all the time, like, a lot of the same stupid questions over and over again. And honestly, to some people, it may be their first time going to see a Monster Truck show or a first time going to a drag show. And some of these crew guys just would not give them the time of day, would not talk to them or nothing. But me, on the other hand, like, I went out of my way to talk to anybody, just like I did when I worked with BKT and Monster Jam. Like, fans is what makes motorsports. Like, if you don't have people that come and support your favorite driver, your favorite truck, or whatever, you don't got that industry to really help you out. Well, whatever. But it really, that was kind of my defining factor. It's like, you know what, this isn't for me. And not to like, I don't want to go too much into stipulations, but the pay wasn't there either. But I could not say how grateful I am to have this opportunity, because I'll be 100% honest with you guys. When COVID happened and Monster Jam fired 1,700 of us, I thought that was it.
Hell yeah! The greatest moment of my life. And then I went back.
Yeah.
But, however, it was not for people like Spence, who moved his entire life all the way across the country, who took a shot on a career, and they did not have his back. So, back to what you were saying, Spence.
Well, so that's exactly it. You know, like a lot of you that are probably watching, like, I have been a diehard Monster Truck fan since I was a kid. I based my entire, like, school career going to UNOH based on Monster Trucks, and this was before they even had a program with Monster Jam. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, who to talk to, but I was determined to figure out how to get into this industry. And after making a couple connections and doing some shows, like, eventually I did. I made it into this industry, and I clawed and fought my way to finally get a position to go and work for the big time, essentially. Go work for Monster Jam. It's like looking back at your 5-year-old self that dreams of, you know, working on Gravedigger, working on Max D, or working, like, going to all these big stadiums that you went to as a kid. You know, you're set in awe, and it's like, holy crap, I made it, I'm here. And then COVID happens, and this family that you've developed with Monster Trucks, and you think that this company is like this. Like, we were set on retiring. Like, I was going to stay in Florida, I was going to retire from Feld Entertainment, got fired, lost everything in my savings account, had to literally pack up everything from Florida, move to Michigan. And a lot of people that were my friends, some of my family, they just said, well, just be happy it happened, like, and just move on. Go get a normal job like the rest of us. That is what I heard for like 2 years straight, is just be happy it happened and just move on. And there's always something inside me. It's like, I can't just move on. Like, I had so much more to give to this industry, and thank God that we started this, the Throttle Out show, because all I could think about, you could even ask my wife, she's in the comments, my mother, my sister, my entire life is surrounded by these big stupid trucks, and I love
boxes.
Every single. Yes, surrounded by boxes. It has all my die casts in them. But if it has anything to do with Monster Trucks, whether it's video games like Beam and G, RCs, models, diecast, going to actual shows, fairgrounds, it has always been Monster Trucks my entire life. And for a while, I was like, you know, I guess the best way I can get back into Monster Trucks is just volunteering on the weekends when I can. And maybe one day I'll be able to build my own ride truck, and that would be enough. You know, that was kind of like my set pace, but regardless of what career I went into, I was never happy. Oh my gosh, I was never happy doing the same thing over and over again. Everybody going through the grind. Nobody having, like, dreams and ambitions. Nobody was excited or ambitious about anything. It's just going through the motions every single day. I hate that. I hate not having, like, some kind of excitement, something to throw you a curveball every single day. So when I got the opportunity to go drag racing, I thought that would kind of fill that void. And man, was it the most repetitive thing I've ever done. Like, it is just going through the motions, doing the same thing every single run. It's like being on an assembly line. It's like, you take this off, you do this, you do this, you do this, and you do it in a time frame, go back out, 3-second run, or it blows the injectors off. And some guys are like hooting and hollering, like, oh, that was fast, it was this. I'm like, cool. That was 3 seconds of 45 minutes worth of work, and we got to go do it again. I just didn't care. My heart was not into it. So even as I'm on the road, like I'm talking with you guys, I'm trying to do everything with throttle out because that is where my passion is monster trucks. And talking to James, and I'll be honest, there was a lot of times where it's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I'm not nearly as experienced as guys like Tweety and Rowley. These guys have shown me way more stuff than some of the guys I've ever worked with at Feld. Like, I've got a lot to learn, but the fact that James wants me to come work for him because I have the passion and I have the will to move forward in this industry, James, I cannot express how happy and how thankful I am for you to give me my second shot, dude. Like, this is incredible. So come Wednesday, I will be in Minnesota, and I will be there working at Triple B Motorsports, and I will be there this weekend at Granite Motorsports Park representing the team. Sorry, Triple B Motorsports. Yeah, there's so many teams. I'm sorry. I will be there with Triple B Motorsports at Granite Motorsports Park. What I'll be doing, I have no idea, but it's a new chapter, and I am so excited. And I cannot wait to see where it takes me. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to line up against my colleagues, Tweety and Rowley, and I could whip their ass. But who knows? Like, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I cannot wait.
Well,
Look at all you guys.
I want to say a couple things now. And first of all, that was really cool. I really appreciate you pouring your emotions into that. But I'm going to say, first of all, you actually don't give yourself enough credit, and your wife is in the comments explaining exactly why, Mr. Rebuilding the transmission in 30 minutes. And, you'd be the only person, I to my knowledge, anyways, who's actually went and, you went to school for all this. You know what I mean? The other thing I wanted to bring up, it's a question, and I will follow it up with a statement. So be prepared for that. But you're moving your whole life once again, for monster trucks. You're going to have to knock the rust off, because you've been away from it for a little bit. It's going to take a minute to relearn some things, relearn your bolt sizes, your wrench sizes, the things you got to watch for. And be prepared. So you're going to have to knock the rust off. So, hearing just those things by themselves, are you a little bit nervous?
Not at all.
You ready to thrash?
I'm excited more than anything. I look forward to the fiberglass bats. I look forward to the mud shows and pushing 66s back in the trailer. I miss it more than anything.
Listen, look at you guys. All going back to monster trucks, and I'm just living my happy life away from all them fiberglass stuff, working on them stupid things.
Well, Spence, you're going to be a great addition to the team. We need people with good attitudes up here, people who love this industry and appreciate this team and what James is doing, which is just bringing good people on and want to have fun. That's what this all boils down to. Just like this past week in Sumter. All those guys want to do is put on a good show for the fans and have fun. We forget, when it comes time for intros, when it comes time to thrash mode, to learn to appreciate what we're in the middle of, because we may never get that moment again. We may never be able to thrash. We may never be able to show our talents and our love for this industry. And James is doing everything he can within his willpower to make sure that we all get the opportunity to complete our dreams. And with that being said, if y'all down there in the comment section tonight, you're lighting it up right now. You want to see Spence get behind the wheel of an actual monster race truck? Give me a hell yeah in the compliments, because I want to see Spence race a gosh damn monster truck at some point for Triple B Motorsports.
Bro, I went out on my last thrash. I was good after that one. I had a good one to end it. That's it. That was the one that did it.
Well, Coop, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The boss man is watching tonight, and before you were ever hired on a Triple B Motorsports, you have already been fired, in the words of James Trentino.
I did see the one where I will be next, and I said, no. And, am I fired? Cool. I'll be fired 4 times before I get hired.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Listen,
we just got a bunch of hell yeahs in the comments, so I'm happy. Except for Carnage Productions, he's actually does not want to see Spence drive. So take that.
got him.
If you will.
He's salty because I beat his ass at Rigs and Rods quite a few times. So
he
he's
said,
salty.
"Just kidding. Everything's fine now."
I take that back.
I love him. He's a good dude. But yeah, super excited. I can't wait. It's going to be a long drive, 10 hours. So I'm up for it. Well,
Hey, the
Spencer-
seat in the ride truck. Hey, the seat in the
Harley.
ride truck is warm for you, baby. And hopefully we get to see you in a race truck for too much longer. Somebody put it in the comment section. Now, Spence is Austin's crew chief, actually at my crew chief. Technically, for Woodward, Oklahoma, as of right now, yes, he will be. He will be both mine and Casey Krogschroeder's crew chief for Woodward, Oklahoma, assuming plans stay the way that they are. I'm not the boss. I don't make those calls. But from what we were discussing today, that may be the plan temporarily. So, how things come full circle, right, Spence?
Yes, absolutely. I love that my wife is telling James that I would cry after after driving a race truck. I love how much my wife has got my back in me chasing that dream to race. And she's like, yeah, he'll cry. He'll probably complain and cry like a little
You
girl.
big baby. You little baby.
No, I'd have the time of my life. I'd be all over it. I mean, James, I don't care if you put me in a pink Barbie truck. I will race whatever you throw at me.
James, did you hear that? Did you hear that, James? I hope you heard that. I think you did.
Oh man, but honestly,
Now-
seriously, this is gonna be great. I can't wait.
We have made the announcement that Spence is the crew guy coming to Triple B Motorsports. Obviously, still hiring it up too. You or you know somebody who is needing to get into monster trucks. Holla at your boy. Holler at us up here. We got some giveaway items. I'm actually looking at them over here in the corner of the building. Whenever Harley Joe gets up here, and she's working for the team, that's going to be one of her first missions, is getting all of our giveaway stuff ready. And we got a big show coming up this weekend up here. It's our hometown show for the team. Spitz is going to be his first show. And we got a lot more to discuss on Thursday, but I didn't realize what the time was, y'all. We really need to get out of here. Go check out our website. We got some new stuff up there that I know y'all really appreciate. And from the bottom of our hearts, if you just watch our shows, it means a lot. But when you go to our websites and you buy stuff, you check out our new merch, guys, it really helps push the show. It really helps us get out there, get more people out there in the stands, getting some more footage for the show. Really goes a long way. So with that being said, remember, when in doubt, put it to the floor, give it a good 1-2, and throttle out. We'll see you all on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.